Hi everyone, my name is Ria. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you guys a what I eat in a week. I am super excited about this one because I actually just flew home to Los Angeles. I go to college in Boston, but I'm back home for the next month or so, and I'm super excited about obviously seeing my family and my dog, but it also means that the meals are gonna look different than they usually do because I'll get more cooking from my parents, which is always amazing. I love a good home cooked meal, and also because they just grocery shop super differently than I do when I'm by myself. So I think there's gonna be a lot of cool creative recipes in this video, and I'm super excited to share them with you guys. Before we get started, two really quick things. First of all, this is not meant as a comparison in any way. Eating changes so much from person to person, from day to day, from week to week. This is literally just what I chose to eat in one particular week. Do not take this as a what you should eat in a week or anything like that. It's literally just some fun meal inspiration and some fun recipe ideas for you guys. The second thing is I'm gonna try my best to film all my different meals and snacks, but of course I'm gonna miss, a bite or a drink or something every time to time. So again, don't take this as a quantities thing or what you should be eating. Again, it's literally just what I'm choosing to eat, what I'm showing on camera. So someone just started gardening and it got really loud, so let's just get into the food. So I decided to start off this week with a nice little toast duo. So I just toasted 2 slices of bread and then cut up this avocado. It was so pretty, very green, and just smashed that onto one of the slices. And then on the other, I actually had some homemade pesto that my mom made. She makes the best pesto in the world. And if you haven't had pesto on toast, you have to try it. It's pretty iconic. And I just put an egg on the avocado toast and some cherry tomatoes on the pesto one. It's so good. I was in a really snacky mood, so for lunch I kind of put together this little snack plate. We had hummus, cheese, crackers, watermelon, and then these vegan deli slices that I discovered like a year ago, and I'm kind of obsessed. They're so good. Later on, I did some work and took my dog on a walk, and then I came back and had an apple with some Nutella. Honestly, 10 out of 10, top tier combination. And for dinner, my mom made shahi paneer, which is this Indian paneer dish. It's really, really good, and we had it with rice and tandoori roti. And my family split this cookie for dessert. On Friday morning, I was really feeling crepes. This recipe is basically adapted from my pancake recipe that is on my food Instagram. Shameless self plug. Go check it out. There's tons of recipes over there, but the ingredients and measurements will be down in the description box below as well. I think I finally figured out the trick to making crepes. Literally just let it cook on the pan for a little bit longer than you think it needs to, because that makes it super easy to flip. My batter made 2 crepes, and I decided to put Nutella and bananas in one, classic combo, and I love a savory sweet duo, so in the other one I did some pesto and a fried egg. So good, you have to make these. They just hit so hard. They're so good. For lunch, I kind of threw together this bowl, so I just started off by cutting up some zucchini and lettuce and then cooking the zucchini in the pan with just a little bit of water. And then the finished bowl had the lettuce, cooked zucchini, some rice, kidney beans cooked with like tomato sauce and garlic, and some red onion on top. Later on, I picked my sister up from school after her AP test, and we went to Starbucks. I got a tall dragon drink, which is literally my favorite Starbucks drink at the moment. Then for dinner, I started off by cooking a piece of salmon, which honestly, I think I figured out the trick to salmon. Cook it on a high heat and don't move it around too much. Really just let it do its thing for a couple of minutes, and then when you flip it, it'll be super nice and golden brown. I just cooked up some veggies on the side, and we had some leftover couscous in the fridge, so I had the couscous, the salmon, some hummus, and some pesto because we love a good sauce, and then the veggies that I cooked up. It's literally like so nice and crispy on the outside, but so soft and flaky on the inside. It's like literally perfect. And this was completely random, but my dad made me a taco at like 11 p.m., but it was really good. So thanks to him. Hello, my dad and I are about to go to the farmer's market. I'm eating this tangerine before we go. We thought we'd give y'all a quick fit check. Show them your shoes. Okay, perfect. Like I said, my dad and I went to the farmer's market. I love a good farmer's market, and I haven't been to one in forever. So we just got back from the farmer's market. I thought I'd do a quick haul to show you guys what we got. Unfortunately, there kind of is a lot of plastic because due to like COVID and stuff, they are like packaging everything themselves and like giving it to you. We got 2 boxes of these gorgeous strawberries. They look so good and like so ripe. We got 2 heads of cauliflower. My dad and I should never go to farmers markets or grocery shops alone together because we both have like no self-control and we both love trying new foods. So we definitely overshopped a little bit. We got some cherries, like stunning, gorgeous, fantastic. They look amazing. Okay, my dad picked out this spring garlic. He says it's good. I've never seen it before.
I like it actually. I like to use the stems.
We got 2 sweet potatoes. Okay, this is like the holy grail. There's this place called Livia's Kitchen. They have these gluten-free vegan peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. I literally like dream about these when I'm at school. They're the best cookies ever, and I talked to the lady and she said they ship them. So I'll put like her information in the description box if anyone wants to try them. They're amazing. A little bit pricey, but worth it. We also got some basil. This was like $2, so good deal for basil. I got a big bunch of kale. I like making like kale chips or just like cooking it in a pan. Oh, and the last thing we got, which is not for me because it has meat in it, but we got some tamales for like my dad and my sister. I think they're the pork ones. And they looked really good. So hopefully it's will be good. That's the farmer's market haul. And so you'll probably see some of the stuff being used in the rest of this week. For lunch, I decided to attempt making japchae, which is a Korean noodle dish. It's really good. I've only made it like once before, but honestly it turned out really good, so I'm super excited. I basically just adapted the recipe that came on the package of the noodles. So I just started off by cooking my veggies. I decided to use carrots, zucchini, broccoli, and mushrooms. My favorite combo. They all worked out really well together. Then while those were cooking, I decided to make the sauce. So this was soy sauce, sesame oil, and sugar. And I just kind of mixed that all together. And I just cooked the sweet potato glass noodles as the package said, which I think was like 6 minutes in boiling water. And then added that to the veggies once they were cooked, added in the sauce. And I also had this with a piece of salmon and some green onions on top. This was so good. Definitely not as good as japchae from like a Korean restaurant, obviously. But honestly, I think I did a pretty good job. And for dinner on Saturday, we ordered takeout from this place called La Bamba nearby. I got these camarones al ajillo, which was garlic shrimp, and it was really good. Sunday was Mother's Day, so I wanted to make a nice breakfast for my mom. I decided to make these quick pickled red onions to go on top of a nice avocado toast. The measurements will be down in the description box below, but you basically mix apple cider vinegar, water, and sugar, and then heat that up so the sugar dissolves. You can cut up some red onions really thin while it's warming up, and then leave the onions in the vinegar mixture for at least 10 minutes. You can leave them for longer. And they're really nice. They add like a little bit of color, a little bit of acidity. So definitely recommend making them. They're super quick and easy as well. While the onions were, doing their thing, I toasted the bread and then topped it with some mashed avocado, added a fried egg, some goat cheese to make it a little extra fancy, and then went in with the pickled red onions on top. This was so good. I had the same thing as my mom, and she really liked it. To surprise my mom on Mother's Day, my family rented these electric bikes in Huntington Beach, and we just got to ride around for a few hours. It was like super gorgeous weather, really nice to just be outside, of course, socially distanced and all. And my dog got pulled along in this little carrier, which was so cute. Of course, we got some treats. I had this strawberry mint drink, non alcoholic, of course, and I had packed a picnic for us with some watermelon, cherries, and these wraps. So for my wrap, I had some veggie cream cheese, some pesto, lettuce, some of the vegan deli slices from earlier in the week, and then I just rolled this up and toasted it in a pan. And I made wraps for the whole family and just packed them up so we had them as a little picnic on the beach, which was really nice. And after a few more hours of biking, my mom, my sister, and I split this chocolate milkshake and these cheese fries that were absolutely insane. Food is for enjoyment, balance is key, live your life, and eat what you want. We got back pretty late and I got hungry at like 10 p.m. so ended up making a late dinner. Whenever I'm just tired and need a quick warm meal, I usually go for like a veggie pasta. I decided to use some bonza pasta just for some added protein because I was feeling it. And in the last few minutes of cooking the pasta, I added in some kale and broccoli, and then just to assemble, added in some basil, a little bit of this butter margarine spread, and some Parmesan, and it was just really good and cozy and warm. On Monday, I was really feeling a bagel sandwich, so I decided to make one. This homemade bagel recipe is super easy and it always turns out really good. It's completely foolproof. The full measurements are down in the description box below, but they're also on my food Instagram. Another shameless plug, it's at Recipes by Ria. Go check it out. You basically just mix flour, Greek yogurt, salt, and a little bit of baking powder. You can form your little bagel shape out of that, and then top it with a little bit of oil or egg wash, and then just bake it until it's nice and golden brown. After my bagel was baked, I just went ahead and cut it in half and then started assembling my breakfast sandwich. So I started off with a little bit of veggie cream cheese on both sides, then added one of these vegan, like meatless breakfast patties. I think it's from Morningstar Farms. Then added a fried egg and some of the pickled red onion from yesterday. This was so good. Literally just hit the spot. It was exactly what I was craving. And you have to try this bagel recipe. It's the perfect texture and it's just so good. I cannot hype it up enough, honestly. And on this day, I went to the mall for the first time in like a year and a half, which was crazy. And of course, we had to get Wetzel bites because what is a mall trip without a pretzel? And dinner was aloo gobi, which is like Indian potato and cauliflower, and khichdi, which is like a lentil and rice dish. Just really homey, like comfort food. All over TikTok, I've been seeing people make these pesto eggs, and I've tried it once before. It turned out okay, but I definitely needed to give it another shot. So you basically just use pesto instead of oil when you're making your egg. I had like a big struggle trying to flip this over. I think maybe my pesto just didn't have enough oil in it to make it non-stick. Honestly, this was probably my bad. But I just put this on top of avocado toast and I made the same thing for my dad. We both tried it out for you guys. I gave it an 8 out of 10 and he gave it a 9, so pretty good. I had found these Moroccan tofu cubes, so I decided to try them out and make like a taco situation. They were pretty bland once I tried one, so I added in a lot of this chili lime seasoning in the pan when I was heating it up. But for the tacos, I just started off with some corn tortillas, a little bit of baby kale, the tofu after it had been heated up, then added in some cherry tomatoes, a little bit of cheese, and then in one of the tacos, I put a little bit of guacamole, and then the others, I've been super addicted to this green salsa that we got from a taco place nearby. It's literally so good, like I'm a little bit addicted right now. But yeah, happy Taco Tuesday. Have you guys seen the guy on TikTok who does the iced coffee reviews? Because I kind of love him a little bit. I'm not a big coffee drinker and my technique definitely needs a little work, so I don't think he would rate this one super high, but I thought it was really good. Started off with some dulce de leche drizzle, put in my ice, my plant milk of choice, and then just put a shot of espresso in there. And then I added in a little bit of this vanilla or French vanilla coffee syrup because it adds some sweetness and it's just really good. And here is my lovely mother, the chef herself, showing off this zucchini mushroom pasta she made. And did you know that they sell the Cheesecake Factory brown bread like at the grocery store? You can just buy it. Highly recommend. Go do it right now. And somehow we are already at the last day of this week. Of course, I had to start it off with a really good breakfast, so I decided to make some chocolate chip pancakes. I'm usually a savory breakfast person, but sweet breakfast just sounded really good. Like I've said before, my pancake recipe is on my food Instagram at Recipes by Ria. Go check it out. Just made some really classic, easy chocolate chip pancakes. They were so good. My batter made two medium-sized pancakes, and I topped it off with a little bit of this margarine spread, some bananas, and a little bit of Nutella because I love Nutella. That's the whole reasoning, I guess. And yeah, this was just such a nice way to start the morning. Little while later, did a quick workout and was super sweaty, but obviously had to get in that post-workout water chug. For lunch, we had this little bowl situation, so started off with some kale that I just sauteed with a little bit of oil and salt, then some rice, the Moroccan tofu from the other day, these fajita veggies, which were zucchini, red onion, and bell peppers, some cherry tomatoes, and some guacamole, and then, of course, I had to top everything off with that green salsa that I've been super obsessed with. It really just makes everything better, I promise. And then I had this with some tortilla chips as well. And later on, I decided to take a little solo trip over to the Griffith Observatory area. I know this isn't food, but I just had a nice time, decided to take you guys with me. Waiting for a time when you leave my mind, but you never do. And back to the food, I was in charge of making dinner for my family this night, so I decided to make kind of a noodle stir-fry dish. Started by making the sauce, which was pad thai sauce, soy sauce, seasoned rice vinegar, sesame oil, and some sugar. This was not authentic at all. I literally was just kind of making it up as I went, but it turned out really good, so that was nice. The full recipe will of course be in the description box below. But next I just went ahead and cut up my veggies. So I did some zucchini and then added in some broccoli and just let that start cooking in the pan. Then I added in these sliced water chestnuts and sliced bamboo shoots, which I feel like people don't hype them up enough, but I love bamboo shoots. I think they're so good. And then I added in these Trader Joe's Thai wheat noodles. I'd never tried them before, but I really like them. But I think this would work with any kind of noodle. And then I just added in the sauce and mixed that all together. And on the side, I steamed up some of these Thai veggie gyoza from Trader Joe's. And that was dinner. And for the very last recipe of this week, I made this absolutely insane, delicious microwave single serve brownie. And when I mean insane, like even I was shocked by how good this turned out. This is the best I've ever made it. I'm so glad that I filmed it because I have all the measurements written down and I will be remaking this all the time. But again, all of the exact measurements will be down in the description box below. It's based with oat flour, but I think you could probably use all-purpose flour or whole wheat flour. I haven't tried it out, but I think it would work out. And then I made a quick little icing out of some powdered sugar, some cocoa powder, and a little bit of plant milk. Just mix that together, and it adds a really nice bit of sweetness to the brownie. This was like the best texture, the best brownie I've ever seen. It was literally crazy. If you make one thing from this video, it should be this. I've got this very fancy spoon to eat dessert with, and look at this, just looks absolutely stunning with the icing on top. Oh yes, oh my god, yes, texture. It looks amazing. So good. Oh my god, make this. So while I'm just polishing off this amazing brownie, that is the end of this video. I hope that you guys liked it. I hope you got some fun meal ideas. I hope you make something from this video. If you do, let me know in the comments below. And let me know if there's any other videos you want to see soon. But that's all for this video. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm gonna enjoy this brownie now.